We are a school for children who have high needs, so that's profound multiple learning difficulties and severe learning difficulties. We have 52 children. All of them have an education, health and care plan, and our school is designed around the children. So we have a curriculum that's based around what the children need. Lots of specialist provision, lots of specialist input, lots of specialist equipment, and we try and make it the best it can be for the children. We have children from the Scottish borders. We have children from far away in Northumberland as well, so children from Shilbottle up really. There isn't a vast amount of provision in Northumberland. Geographically, it's very difficult as a region to meet the needs of children with special educational needs. So we are one of 3 schools that provide an education for children with as complex needs as we have in Northumberland. It means the kids travelling a long way sometimes, which isn't ideal, but we do our best and make sure that the experience they have when they get to us is the best it can be. We're always trying to redevelop the school. We're always trying to adjust it to meet the needs of the children that we currently have. And to do that this year, we made a new class. So we knocked through from an office to the library and converted that into a classroom. And we wanted to make sure that we had access to a kitchen for those children. So some of the funding was used to put the kitchen into Cherry class, and the rest of the funding was used to extend the kitchen that's currently in Oak class so that they had more work surface. And that's why we applied, to help us resource the school as best we could. Well, we were very quick. We got the funding and the work was done within the 6-week summer holiday. So it was up and running for September. So when we decide we're going to do something, we get it done. And it got done really quickly, yeah. Cherry class has been so beneficial for the 4 boys that we've got in there. We've actually developed a new curriculum for them, and one of the key parts of that is life skills. So we are using the kitchen on a daily basis for making snacks, making simple meals, planning meals, preparing different dishes, etc. And then in Oak, it's for their business, their baked potato business, and that's been up and running now for a couple of years. We set up our business and enterprise sort of strategy some years ago now, about 10 years ago now. And the reason for that is to give the children as much life experience as possible. So it's about planning, it's about looking at what people would like and how to make a profit. It's about working as part of a team. It's about developing those employment skills that we hope the children might be able to use when they leave school. So every class has their own business, and Oak class came up with the idea of the baked potato business about 3 years ago, I think now, and that's what they do. So they make the baked potatoes on a Monday and they sell them to the staff, and then any profit that they make, it's up to them how they spend it. So they do things like they go to the cinema, they go out for a Chinese meal, they've been up to Edinburgh for the day, so they get to decide what they're doing with their profit, within reason. We're over the moon. I mean, you know, the governors that have been round as well to see what we've done have been so pleased and impressed. And we have to, geographically up here, we don't get an awful lot of support. So we have to do it ourselves. And I think looking at the school and thinking where we were and where we now are, with the support of local businesses like yourselves, we've been able to develop it to a really high standard. So it's always thinking about what's next, how do we make it the best it can be, and how do we meet the needs of the children that we've got now on site, and that's meant knocking walls down, putting in kitchens and all of those things, because that's what the children need. Oh yes, oh yes. Yeah, we've got plans being drawn up for an extension of the gym hall, and that would also include 2 new toilets and a new changing room. We've fundraised some more money ourselves to develop the outdoor space and put up an outdoor classroom. And there's loads of things we'd love to do. We'd love to actually put another floor on this building, so that we'd have more meeting rooms. You've experienced yourself today having to move people from one room to another because we only have one meeting room currently. So it's looking at those sort of things. What's next? You know, how we know we're staying on this site. We would have loved a new school on a green site, but we're not getting that. So we have to do what we can do with what we've got. And yes, and my office manager follows me round now and goes, "What are you looking at? No, that can't come down. No, you can't knock that wall down. That's not enough space there to make another classroom." That's what we've always done. We've always looked to the next steps. Hugely grateful, hugely grateful. The Grove is held in people's hearts in this community, and we feel that when we apply for grants, because people are always willing to talk to me and say, yes, have a go, you know, put it in, ask the question. And we couldn't do what we do without people like Simpson's Malt. We couldn't, because the money's not in the funding anymore. You know, we find as much as we can from our own budget, it's not enough to do what we really want to do. So if we didn't have support from people like Simpson's Malt, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. We wouldn't have a kitchen in Cherry class because I couldn't have afforded it through the school budget. So it does make a huge difference, and it makes a huge difference to every child that comes through our door. So I think Simpson should be very proud of that too, because it makes a big difference. It's a difference to the lives of these children and their families. So yes, we are very grateful.